We had to take a small commercial break.
I'm gonna have to edit 90% of this video.
Brought to you by Craft Mobile Services Systems.
And the new bill by Ag.
So anyways, we'll talk about the VA and the issues at hand.
We probably should start this first.
So I'm going to read off a list of different things that are problems, and then we're going to kind of go over it and kind of get your guys' thoughts and everything, and I'm going to tell you about my own experience.
Got to quit looking at the slip knot.
So we have issues with delays and backlogs and disability claims. This is something I've dealt with. There's pending claims hover around 550,000 claims right now waiting to be processed, and 100,000 of those are backlogged of 125 days or more. So there's people waiting for almost half a year trying to get their claims processed through, and decisions tend to take months after you get them finally pushed in. It takes months for them to make any decisions. A big issue is timely access to healthcare and appointment times. So you got people out there waiting to get appointments, delays in scheduling, and they're just not getting to see doctors when they need to. Staff shortages is a big issue right now in workforce reduction. So they've cut the numbers of people helping veterans right now, and which slows down the entire process, makes it difficult for veterans to get in. The mental health challenges, access to timely mental health services, gaps in support, and long waits. So there are people who have to wait long amounts of time trying to get in to see mental health services, and we're having issues with obviously, having breakdowns, having issues just performing everyday situations, all the way to the suicide rate, skyrocketing and the veterans at this point. Care coordination and community care issues. So community care is where they're supposed to allow veterans to not have to go to a VA hospital. You're able to go to a more local area if the travel is too far. But it's just not working out the way it should. It should be a lot easier. Poor information sharing between the two is awful. The potential for duplicating tests. So you go see at the VA hospital, and then you go to your local hospital to do the same thing, and they give you the same test, even though you've already had it done. And there's a lot higher costs, not just for the government who is covering this and the VA, but for the individual as well. There's going to be money coming out. The bureaucratic and systematic navigation difficulties. Difficulties with forms, outdated systems, inconsistent guidance, improper payments or denials, and challenges in filing complaints or appeals. And then the broader issue, housing and homelessness support. Most of your homeless veterans have some kind of mental illness, and it's difficult to get them the help they need and get them off the streets. So they just continue to deal with these mental illnesses and not being able to get off the streets and get the help they need. Employment barriers is an issue, which I'll touch more on when I tell you about my own experiences. Gaps in specialized care and variations by location. So some of the dumbed down issues, there's too much travel for claims, too many denials for claims, and too long of waits for help. And right now, the last I checked, which this isn't even up to date, there are 17.5 suicides per day in the veteran community, and we need to find ways to drop that number as much as we can. That is way too many people in the veteran community taking their lives when all they need is someone to give a hand and help them out. I don't know how you guys feel about veterans. I am personally a over 20-year veteran of the military services. I have my own issues. I deal with my own issues. I don't use the VA in a lot of ways that I could, mostly because I don't feel I need to because of financial and insurance reasons. I can take care of a lot of the stuff on my own. But there's a lot of guys out there. Good job. Good job. Man, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of guys out there who don't have the stability I have and need more help. So I'm going to touch on a few things on my own personal experiences.
That chocolate is wrecking
It's
my
tearing
stomach.
everything up. All right.
Oh, God.
So, one of the big things is the travel. Traveling for claims. So, we live in Norwalk-ish, Ohio. And I had to go anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour drive for all of my VA appointments. I was either going to Cleveland, Akron, Elyria, all these areas.
So
On
there's neighbor
top
out
of
back.
it, what's that?
So there's a neighbor out back goes to Cleveland.
Yeah, every time. So we have to go all over the place to go to these appointments. On top of that, every time I had an appointment, so when I filed my disability claims, because I messed myself up a lot, I had like a hand, hearing, shoulder, knee, back, all these different things. So each one of these was a different appointment on a different day. So I had to take off work for each of these each time. So when I went to go have my hand checked out, because I crushed my hand with the tailgate of 5-ton when I was in Iraq, I went in there. For that one, I had to take a day off work. I went to have my back checked out. I had to take a day off of work. So I'm losing days worth of pay each time just to get these things checked out. Now, to boot, not only did I have to lose that day's worth of pay, but before I did that appointment, I go to the VA, my local VA, and they hand me a stack of papers for each one. Each one is a stack about this thick. So I take each stack of paper and I have to go to my personal doctor. I go to my personal doctor and I say, these are the things I'm getting checked out for. So they have to check me out for each one of those situations. Then they have to fill out each one of those pamphlets for each one of those situations. They can't charge me one appointment for that, for each, or for all of them. They have to charge me an appointment for each single one. So if you've got 5 or 6 different situations that you're having checked out, they charge you an appointment for each one of those. So you're paying for multiple appointments on top of missing work. So it just kind of starts building up. This is how guys get into trouble with bills, because you're spending so much time going to these appointments, not getting paid for these appointments, but also paying for doctor's appointments to look into these. You also have to worry about denials. So I have a claim that I turned in probably about a year and a half ago. When I was in Iraq, I got a toenail fungus. It's from moisture in your socks and blah, blah, blah. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So I have this toenail fungus. I have multiple forms of documentation showing that I got it while I was overseas in a war zone and that I was being treated for it there. They still denied me. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. They'll approve just enough to hopefully keep you happy, but deny the rest to try and keep you from coming back. And then on top of all that, if you only say you have 40% disability, you have a bad shoulder and a bad back, I don't know the numbers, I'm not a professional on this, I don't know everything, but just say that's what you have. You can go to a VA doctor for that shoulder and that back, but nothing else. But if you get over a certain percentage, now you can go to the VA for anything. Where in the end, they should allow anyone, no matter your rating, to be able to go to the VA for anything. Because you gave up a good portion of your life to do things for your country. They should be able to give you that support when you come home, is my thought. And those are the biggest issues. Way too much paperwork to try and get a claim in. Way too long to get your answers back. Way too many denials when you have enough documentation that shows that you have these issues and you need help. And then they just turn you away. But as you guys, not being veterans, not really understanding the situation, I want to see how you guys feel. Because I'm biased 100%. So how do you feel about when you hear things like this that I'm telling you, that the VA, the issues, the things like that, how do you feel about it?
I think it stems from our healthcare system as a whole. Coming from a civilian side of it, our healthcare kind of sucks dick.
Especially if you're on an insurance.
Yeah,
Which
they
we're
don't
gonna
cover
do
a lot. So
we're gonna do a video on just insurance.
so if it sucks here, it's going to suck there
Right.
because it's all part of the same health care system.
But this
And I
is
mean,
the thing that
you
kills
think-
me. This is a government-run program
I think
that
that's
should
the problem
cover
with it.
things. And that is the biggest problem.
It's the
with
government run part of it. Yeah, I mean, anything government run kind of
Any one
sucks.
these? Beside you.
If you think about it, like welfare, like food stamps and stuff.
Oh my God,
Yeah, it
it's
helps.
so
It
bad.
helps certain people, but it's abused like a motherfucker.
How
It just
many
kind of
people
sucks.
abuse it? So many.
So, what about the people in the armed forces that just kind of like faked it to make it kind of deal?
There,
And abuse the system.
there are people
And then the
who
people
abuse
who
that
really
system as
need
well.
it
Yep.
can't get it because, oh, well, so-and-so, you know,
Yes.
they wanted drugs and pills and this and that to take care of their problems.
Which I could share another story where the government screws up. Disability. I know people who have gotten disability with like almost no issues. They just went in and said, hey, this is bothering me, this is that.
Yeah.
And they get coverage in disability. But then my father, who had a serious heart issue, they denied him so many times and fought with him against getting his disability. And his doctors were like, you can't go to work. If you go back to work doing the things you were doing, you will probably die. Because he had some serious, I mean, he's got a pacemaker, he's got tons of issues. But they fought him on it, where these other people just go in and like, yeah, I don't want to work anymore, blah, blah, blah. Not to mention the illegal immigrants that they were bringing in and giving them full disability just
yeah.
to keep them in the country, paying them our Social Security that we paid into, and now they're getting coverage and medical and everything else, while we have senior citizens and normal Americans who are struggling each day just to get by. Good?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Tell me.
Alright, so,
You're a young kid, full of piss and vinegar. How do you feel about veterans and the way they're being abused?
the veterans, I think, need to be at the top of the food chain, hands down.
I appreciate
I
that.
mean, you guys go over there, you don't know if you're fucking coming home. You don't know what the fuck you're going into. So why are you coming back here and going through hell?
You might see some weird Aboriginal dudes doing some weird stuff with some animals.
I mean, I think you guys need
I'll
that's
tell you a
part of
story
their
after the
society.
video about things that happen over in those areas.
And that's normal.
Especially on Thursdays. You other veterans know what I'm talking about.
Thirsty
No,
Thursdays, huh?
man love Thursdays.
Oh, shit.
You know what? If you know, you know.
Got that straw sucking Thursday.
But no, I agree with what you're saying. I always thought being a veteran would mean a lot more. And to be honest, we are lucky today. The veterans today are so much luckier. The guys who
think
came
about
back from Vietnam,
Vietnam?
oh
Yeah.
my God, they were
Yeah,
treated
they got
like
shit on.
But even worse, the guys who came home from like World War II, they weren't shit on, and they were seen as heroes. But all the freaking atrocities they had to witness, the things they had to deal with and be part of, and they were told to just go back to being normal.
Right.
Where, you know, when we came home, they understood that we had issues, that we had difficulties to deal with, and at least there was some kind of access to help. Whether it be difficult or not, there was at least, if you could go through and push through to get to these appointments and do these things, the help is there. It's just difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Where all the Vietnam and World War II and World War I, they didn't have the access to the help they needed. Guys came back with shell shock, which is what they called PTSD back then, and they just had to deal with it. You know, they were just the weird uncle that stood in the backyard for 6 hours a day. You know, and what can you do? You can't do anything for them because it's too late by the time someone realized that they have some real mental health issues. I always thought, even before I joined the military, it would make more sense for these people coming home from war to have full coverage all the way around. You know, I understand. So I have a high enough rating in disability to where I could go see a VA doctor for everything I wanted to go see him for. My problem is I'm still capable enough to work a full-time job, have insurance, and pay for it out of my pocket. I don't want to take a guy's spot that needs to go see someone worse than me. So I do this stuff on my own. Like even my mental health issues, I go through my own provider, go through my own psychiatrist, and do all that stuff on my own. I don't go through the VA. One reason is because I'm tired of dealing with all the bureaucracy and bullshit that comes with it, but also because if I don't make that appointment, maybe somebody else who can't afford to do it or can't handle doing it on their own can take that appointment and take care of themselves. And in the end, that's what I'm looking at. That's like for that toenail thing, why I didn't go back and try and fight that for an appeals. Then I'm taking appeals from some other guy who really needs that appeal. And he needs that extra disability to take care of himself and take care of his family. Why am I gonna step over that when I'm doing all right? I'm not getting rich. We all know that. We all work at the same place. We ain't getting rich.
Yeah.
But we're doing okay enough to get by that I don't need to fight every single step of the way. Now, if I was in, like, I have a buddy who is not in the same position as me. He is disabled in a much more serious way. He has more issues. He gets more money because he has more things to claim. And God bless him. I hope he gets every penny he can because, you know, he deserves it. Just like we all do, he deserves it. And I hope that things go well for him and he gets that percentage he's aiming for. But to be honest, if I make an appointment and I take away from someone like his position, what's that make me? That makes me feel awful. I don't want to be in that position. So that's why I stopped fighting the good fight. Mostly because I'm trying to make sure that these other guys that need it more than me get out there and get it. But the biggest thing I gotta say about it is support your veterans. And I'm not saying that, you know, you need to go out and buy their meals and buy them a round of beers and buy them this, just thank them. You see a guy with a OIF hat or a Vietnam or whatever, a veteran hat, you just go up and shake his hand and thank him. Because, you know, that means the world to a lot of guys. It makes a lot of us awkward. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me awkward as shit. I'm
like your fucking hand every day now.
Like, you want to see how awkward I am? Come up and thank me for my service. I'm like, thank you too. I mean, thanks. And yep, appreciate it. You know, I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, dude, I do that at the store every time.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, thank you, come again. I'm like, yeah, you too.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same thing with when people thank me for my service. I'm like, I don't know how to react. I'm an awkward person in general, so it doesn't help when people are being kind to me because it makes me all weird and goofy.
And don't buy this veteran a round of beers because they're expensive.
They are expensive. $6.50 a beer.
$6.50.
Just because I like the
Bougie
Kona
beer.
Big Wave and the Kona Longboard doesn't mean it's that bad. You were drinking the $6 drink too.
Peach Crown and Coke.
Yeah, he had.
That's good. Have you ever tried it?
No, I don't like flavored Crown. I like straight Crown.
I do
Especially
too.
the XR. Have you had the XR?
I haven't had that.
I have a bottle of it at home. Oh, it's so good. We'll have to do a video at when we get our new house, and we'll do a recording out there. I'll bring out the XR and we'll have some of that. The extra rare. It's like $180 for a bottle, but it is so. My wife bought it for me. It's so good. Like literally, you put it in a glass like this, you just sip on it. It's so smooth, so delicious. Love Crown. We really got up south here.
That's all right. Yeah.
But no,
Support your veterans.
support your veterans. It's sad that we have to have organizations that take donations to take care of our veterans. You would think of the billions of dollars people pay in taxes every year
That was my thing. I wish
that the
my
government
taxes
could help out the veterans. And it's not just the veterans. Help out the people that really need it.
Right.
If you don't need the help, get off the welfare, get off the freaking SNAP, get off all that other crap. Go out and get a job.
Like the
Support
rest
your
of our
family.
fans.
Support your whatever. But do your part like the rest of us do every day. Get out there, work your ass off, come home, feel good about making progress in life, and just take care of yours.
Don't be afraid to go to a therapist.
And don't
listen to Kevin.
Don't
be-
be Purple K.
Hey, if you need help,
Yeah.
if you are a veteran, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a veteran, you're watching this video, and you need help, DM, write in the comments. We will reach out to you. The moment I get that message, I will reach out to you, and we will talk, and I will help you through anything you need help through. I will be there for you. You wouldn't be the first person I help through mental issues. You won't be the last. Come to us. Find someone to talk to. I'm lucky. I have these morons that I work with on these every day. But beyond that, I have a wife that supports me 100% and gives me all the backup I need. I have friends that I've had since grade school that I can reach out to if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling wrong. If you don't have that, find it. Find someone, anyone. Just reach out, find someone for help, and whatever you do, if you feel like you can't go on, ask for help. Call a suicide hotline, call a friend, call a parent, call your local police station. Someone will come and talk to you and help you through this. Do not make a permanent solution to a temporary issue. Make sure you ask for help. It'll be out there if you really need it. Anything else you guys got to add?
I don't know, that was pretty fucking good.
Man,
That's
been in
He's
here for
been
a
holding
while.
her in.
I've been
That was
holding.
pretty
Well, this
fucking
guy,
good.
he scared me for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. He started talking about Kurt Cobain and shit, and that shit freaked me out. Only because I've dealt with this kind of stuff before. I've dealt with guys
yeah.
who locked
Hey,
themselves
but we
in
can't say that anymore.
You can't, because
Yeah,
they're
'cause it
saying
was a
that
homicide.
that he was homicide. But I've had
So Garrett
people,
can Kurt Cobain me, but I can't Kurt Cobain
Right.
myself.
No. But I've had people who lock themselves in room with a handgun, threatening, and it's not a good feeling. You don't want to be on that outside. Ask for help. Seek your help. Ask us. We'll try and help you the best we can. But until the next video, God bless you. Thank a veteran. And like
Don't buy
and
a big
subscribe.
Kona. Like and subscribe.
Did you say buy Kona?
Don't buy.
Buy Kona. Get out there.
Don't buy
get some.
big Kona.
Get some big wave. Get you some longboard.
Big wave, that's what it is.
Great
God
beer.
dang.
Don't let anybody tell you any different. See you next time.
Yeah. That Slipknot was distracting as fuck.
It was. I can't. I love this stuff. I
I'm
love this
glued
stuff.
on the TV
Dude,
over there,
I'm
and
loving
like,
it.
"Ah, shit, John's recording now.